going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and it's election time, and I admit too that I'm probably talking too much politics on my Twitter feed simply because I don't really want to divide people. Look, you cast a vote, it takes 5 minutes, and for most people, you move on with your life. Whether your candidate wins or your candidate loses, you probably have to go to work the next day, or you probably still have the same responsibilities the very next day. And that's why, I maybe you call this, blue hairs will call this privilege, but it's really just the reality of how regular people deal with presidential elections in the United States. Most of us just have to get on with our life the next day. I don't get to go kneel down in the street and go, no, at the sky if my candidate didn't win. I don't get to go throw trash cans through Starbucks windows if I have to go to work. I've got clients. Whether or not whoever wins the presidential election, we've all got to probably go to work tomorrow. We've all got regular stuff tomorrow. Our family, hopefully still our family, our friends, still our friends. And ultimately, it's really sad to see where people are in this country in terms of who they vote for. Everybody's seen the crazy story about, oh, I disavowed my family, or I haven't talked to my mother because she voted for so-and-so, and I don't like that, and now I'm gonna, or I used to have a friend, but he voted for Drumpf, and now we're not. It's so stupid. These politicians, they don't really care about you or I, for the most part. And, family, friends, they're going to be there, whoever the president is. And that's why I want to say to my viewers, yeah, I think pretty much all of you know where I'm voting, how I'm going to vote. But when I say I don't care who you vote for, I genuinely mean it. I don't want you to feel unwelcome here. I don't want you to feel like, you can't comment in my comment section because maybe you think we have different political opinions. I don't care. In fact, most of my friends, we don't share the same political opinions. And you know what we do, like most normal people? We talk about other stuff. We talk about the weather. We talk about the local sports team. We talk about construction, a new apartment complex that's getting built in our town. We talk about whatever else that doesn't cause us to fight. But for some reason, the far left, leftists, it consumes them. And over the weekend, there was a woman who put out a TikTok. Now, originally, I'd say I'll take things that never happened for 800, Alex, but now that this has been vetted, I'm pretty sure that it did. Woman says her dying pro-Trump dad voted Biden because it matters to his girls. Well, not everyone feels the inspiration. And in fact, while her dad, she puts it together, this TikTok, while her dad is literally on his deathbed, she browbeat him and shamed him into voting how she wanted him to vote. That's actually how it goes. A TikToker says her critically ill dad was going to vote for Donald Trump, but went for Joe Biden to please his kids after intense exchanges over politics. The supposedly inspirational message was lost on many, however. A video blogger who goes by the name as Erlepen on TikTok shared an emotional story about her father, who she says has a few months to live at most, and voted in the Democratic presidential candidate instead of his preferred choice, Trump, after his children prodded him into changing his mind. Now, I'm sure I'd be willing to bet he probably didn't fill out his ballot. I'm just guessing. I can't imagine the mindset, the absolute lunacy that would lead to this being on your mind. Your dad is dying in your arms, and your only concern is getting one more vote for your guy. I mean, what kind of person thinks like this? She goes through various note cards that say, My 55-year-old conservative dad has never voted for a Democrat in his life. He's dying of aplastic anemia, a condition that occurs when the body stops producing enough new blood cells. Card is flashed by the blogger in the video that read, "We've had some intense exchanges about him voting for Trump this year, which has been painful since we're almost certainly going to lose him in the next weeks or months." Why are you talking about politics, you absolute psychopath? He has 6 daughters who love him dearly, and the next couple of cards reads, the blogger, who is teary-eyed and visibly distraught in this video. Bull. I don't believe you. I don't believe you really care about your father. If not only did you berate him on his deathbed about his voting choices, but you made a TikTok for it. You used it to get clout. Then brightens up and smiles as she shows a card announcing that yesterday her father was so excited to tell me that he had just voted for Biden-Harris 2020. I bet you he didn't, by the way. I bet you he didn't. I bet you he would say anything to just have his kids stop yelling at him while he's dying in a hospital bed. Erlipin says her father told her that he voted Biden, apparently casting aside his own political beliefs in the process because it matters to my girls and my girls matter to me. The short clip ends with the woman calling on her followers to jump on the Democratic train, or she'll come yell at your parents who are on their deathbeds. Vote for the guy who respects women. If my very Republican dad can, so can you. The bizarre pro-Biden message has struck a chord with many of the former VP's ardent supporters on Twitter, serving as a source of inspiration for some. The clip is said to have inspired one self-avowed member of Trump resistance to restore family ties that were broken by politics. No, that is good. That's good. Another commenter said he was sending the video to all his email pals and some Trump supporters, calling it a good one to pass around. Why? Because you're worried you want votes. You see Sophia Narwitz's tweet here. Shaming your father while he's on his deathbed and fighting with him until he changes his vote is hardly the inspirational message you think it is. Imagine being the sort of person who spends the last months with their father arguing about politics. This poor man. One argued that it was tone deaf for the blogger to use her dying father to push for votes, be it for Trump, Biden, the Pope, or God himself. While the message was supposed to drum up support for Biden, it apparently had the opposite effect on some. Well, my opinion was pretty clear. I think she sounds like a bitch. That she would berate her father on his deathbed to get him to change his vote, and then make sure that she writes out all these note cards and makes a TikTok about it. This is the absolute lunacy that modern politics has done to the feeble-minded. Don't be like her. Don't sever friendships over politics. Don't sever your family relations over politics. There's plenty of other things to talk about. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.